lake. This is my topic today. When you guys look at a lake, what do you see? Do you see the pacifism among the surface? Do you see a gentle reflection of the sun in the clouds? Or do you see the gentle waves flowing by? That's what I used to see before I learned a crisis happening in the environment of our Earth. We humans are exploiting the Earth, the environment, polluting its nature, polluting the nature and the beauty of nature. However, most people are ignorant of this problem, just as people see only the surface of the lake. My point about the world being contaminated in terms of nature can be shown in 2 books and 1 animation. So my first example is a book called The Book of Wolf. So this is a book narrated by Chinese who traveled to Mongolia to experience different kind of lives after he served as a soldier. So what he saw there, of course, was the native life of the Mongolians there. He also observed, along with the tribes of Mongolia, the wolves that were living there. And that's where the name of this book is from, wolves. So the tribe, at first, he has, of course, fear and distaste for wolf, because in all the children's stories we read, we learn that wolves are bad. They eat pigs, they eat goats, and there's nothing really good about it. However, after living with the tribe for about years or so, he started to learn about the way that humans should react with the environment. He learned that wolves are actually beneficial to the environment because they eat the sheep that eat the grass. Without wolves, the sheep will eat the grass limitlessly, and that will cause desertification in Mongolia, which is what's happening now. He observed that others who didn't live with the tribe are starting to kill wolves, including the government, because they thought by killing wolves, they will actually improve the lives of the Mongolians there by improving the quality of the herds. But instead, what happened, the opposite. What happened is the contrary. Sheep began to multiply, and they began to eat grass in large quantities, causing the grass to be unable to recover from the eating of the sheep. And as a result, the desert in Mongolia increased, as we see now. Mongolia wasn't a desert before. It was actually a very beautiful grassland, as you might read about Mongolians in history. So this book showed that how humans should react with nature. We should not try to kill the ones that will cause some disadvantages against our benefits. For example, some of the farmers want money, so they try to keep other sheep by killing the wolves. However, we should respect all the inhabitants, all the animals that are living in the environment, so that by balancing the benefits of each other, we can sustain and increase the lifespan of the environment. So my second example is a book called Silent Spring. So what does the name of the book imply? Why is there silent in the spring? Think about when you're walking in the mountains, what do you hear? We hear, of course, the birds sing. So the silence here implies that the author, when he walks around the forest, no longer hears the humming of the birds. So what happened to the birds? What caused the silence to happen? So the author began to investigate about the problem. What he found out is that the cause is the pesticides used by farmers to grow crops. So for their own benefits to earn money, farmers began to grow crops and they use pesticides to kill all the insects. Of course, the insects don't die right away. First, they are eaten by birds. And as a result of the accumulation of the pesticides or the chemical toxic stuff in the birds, the eggs they lay during the winter are contaminated with chemicals, causing the eggshells to become less strong and more brittle, causing the birds to be unable to hatch the little birds, and causing the lack of singing of birds in the spring. And this shows that, again, we should not only care about our benefits, but also the benefits of the animals, inhabitants in the environment. Without respect of the other animals, we will not sustain too long too. The environment will be destroyed. As you see now, global warming.
Time.